Is there a Shane underneath all of that? You're very, very messy, babe.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Shane.
I'm Kelsey,
And that's Dixie. And we're LoveHut4Life. We have now been traveling around the country for 137 weeks in our self-built slide-in camper.
That's right, guys. And this week we have a brand new project on our hands, which means the whole week was dedicated to gutting this school bus behind us and getting it ready to build a tiny home inside. I hope you guys enjoy this. Be sure and hit that thumbs up button, comment below, and of course, subscribe to the channel as well. Guys, it is morning 950 on the road, and we are hanging out in Brazoria, Texas. Shane has been hard at work already this morning for a couple of hours on his newest project. This massive school bus is actually in its permanent home, which is going to make this school bus conversion something like we have never done before, you guys. The first load of debris is making its way to the scrap yard, and Shane is making a ton of progress in here. We are both really, really excited for the opportunity to use this front space of the bus, since there's no need for a driver's seat or something that won't drive anymore. This is gonna be so cool, guys. Oh, that's a pretty sunset, guys. It's been a while since I've seen one through Southern Oaks. Shane has been hard at work all day long, and the saws and angle grinders have been non-stop. It looks like we got a whole lot of work done. Here in the front, just walking in, you can see the entire front end has been pulled out today.
Hello.
Hello.
What you think? Unlike any bus you've been in, right?
For sure.
It was a big day. There's a lot of structure around the front nose of these buses, so a lot of it was mechanical type things we were removing. Everything is screwed together in this one, so that's quite nice instead of being riveted. So it overlaps. And you need to start at the back and you drop the panels one by one. But in order to do that, this was a handicap bus. So there are chair rails that go down the floor, and there was some that go up along the top. You can still see some here. All those have to be removed, and they put those in with an almost removable screw. So you have to grind each one of them. It's been a long day.
Yeah, normally this part is already done for us before we get to a bus. So this is something new. A lot of hard work.
Totally.
It's going to be worth it in the end, though.
I agree. This is going to be a cool tiny house.
It's a little before 9 a.m. and Shane has already been at work for a couple of hours this morning. As you can see, the wheelchair lift is at least on its way of being removed. I can think of some really, really cool uses for this, and I've seen it used in some really cool ways for buses that intend on rolling down the road. But this one, I believe, is just going to be taken out and sent to a new home. That's a big pile of junk. I hope the scrap guy is coming by soon. And the bus is almost empty. We're almost to the fun part, guys. I'm excited to spend a little time today exploring this gorgeous property that we're calling home for the duration of this project. And maybe go meet the horses over there too.
Sun's going down over Texas. I've been at it all day long today. I started at 7, but I got all the ceiling panels off, all the wall panels off, a few of the chair rails on the bottom. There's chair rails across the top. We had a handicap lift that was back here that I got out today. This is a bus that they use riv nuts to assemble everything. So there's thousands and thousands of screws that I've removed, which makes it much easier than having to drill out the rivets in some of the other buses, but you still have to deal with things like this, where the riv nut is into this and I couldn't get the hardware out, so I had to cut around to drop the ceiling, and I'll come back with a grinder and cut those. All things considering, very clean bus. Happy we pulled everything. All we have left to do is the floor as far as gutting this, and we'll have a completely empty bus. It's so crazy seeing no seat there. Check out this view though. Sunset every night.
Hey, you're back to making noise in here.
I am. I normally carry this grinder. It's a great grinder. It works off of flexible batteries, so it's like a plug-in style. But that battery only lasts about 10-12 minutes grinding like this. So I bought it to cut, little things. I didn't buy it with a mindset of gutting a school bus. So I needed a corded grinder. There's still, I don't know, a couple hundred bolts I gotta grind out of the floor, and that battery, it was gonna take me forever.
Yeah, luckily this bus conversion comes with a place where we can plug in electric power tools.
I know, right?
Definitely convenient. I am also making some pretty great use of all of this electricity. I have a tumbler going, not dependent on the sun or being powered by our house, and also access to water so that I can be washing all of these gemstones. Sunburst agate right here. This giant chunk of purple pastelite. I can't wait till all this is cleaned up. How's it going?
It's hot. I got a fan though, so that's nice. I'm waiting on a big delivery from a big box store. Apparently they bring it to you now, so we're trying this new system out. And I'm also grinding away at all these tracks. I still got a lot to go.
Looks like you made a lot of progress this morning already, though.
I've been through a few cutting wheels. These rails, they're tough.
How's it going in here?
Apparently I'm rocking out the bluegrass. Good. Still moving along. Keep waiting.
Guys, it is another very, very loud morning in Brazoria, Texas. Dixie is doing her thing, and I believe these floors are almost done.
Hello.
Hello, it looks like we're getting somewhere in here.
We're getting somewhere. We've got 1.5 track left. Hooray! All right, y'all, time for a little update on the gut out. I got all the chair rails out, as you can see, which means I can move forward with getting this plywood out. The neighbor was by checking things out and he asked me a question that I thought some of you might have the same question. Why go through all of this work when this plywood appears to be in fairly good condition? The answer is, I don't know what's underneath the plywood. We need to make sure there's no rust, and we need to seal all these holes so we don't have any moisture coming into this thing. Still got a lot of work left though, including grinding the ceiling, because that's the metal we're looking for. This is an adhesive that kind of held the insulation. There's a lot to gut in these things properly. Well, it's a wrap for today. I'm pretty excited though. After I got those rails up, I was able to get about half of the plywood off of the floor. As you can see, there's still every bolt that I had to grind that holds the chair rail was still through the wood, so I had to cut those out as well. This thing's a real booger bear. It's gonna be pretty though.
It's been getting a little warm in here at night, so we brought the box fan that Shane has been using for the bus in last night, and it helped a lot. I think someone's going to be very, very upset when her daddy goes back to work and takes the fan away. It does a lot more than that little yellow one.
It does. Definitely does. This 12-volt fan barely puts off enough to feel versus that's on low.
You about to go finish ripping the floors out of this bus?
I am. After I do that, I've got a lot of fiberglass to remove off of the ceiling and just all kinds of fun things to do. Making a mess. We're still not building yet. We're still destroying. It's coming.
We're getting there. Is there a Shane underneath all of that? You're very, very messy, babe.
Thanks.
The floors have been completed, and Shane has moved up to the fiberglass on the ceiling. I think that's where all of that messiness came from.
Yeah, it's fiberglass and glue and kid dirt. I don't know. It's gross.
Getting somewhere though.
Boy howdy, it's been a busy day. So as you know, I got all the plywood out. I broke my broom, so please forgive the dirty floor. You can't really see my work so far, but I've been working on removing all the spot rust, which was just surface rust. It's not detrimental to the metal at all. I'm gonna be treating everything with Rust-Oleum once I get it clean. And I've also been removing all of the insulation, or the bits that are stuck to it. So I'm running it with a wire wheel. Making progress. This puppy's coming along quick. I can't wait to start building in it. Another Texas sunset coming for me.
All of the ceilings are nice and grinded down and ready for paint. The floor is just about done. What are you doing back there, Shane?
We got a bit to go on the floor. We still have to grind everything. But up here, I'm taking out something that most people don't have to deal with, and I never have dealt with, because why would I have? This steel plate is what the driver's seat anchors to, but it's going to cause a problem with my flooring. So I've got to get it out, and boy is that thing in there. Don't worry, if you roll one of these buses over, that seat's staying there, I promise.
I see we're patching some holes in the floor here, Shane.
Yeah, one or two of them. I am cutting up little tiny pieces of galvanized steel. This was actually a gift from one of the neighbors that lives around here. But he did clue me in, and let's go check out a metal shop. And all of this was their drops, as they call it. So they were cutting out something, I'm assuming air conditioners maybe? I don't know what they do there. But this is garbage to them. To us, gold.
What are you using to attach it to the ground?
I'm using construction adhesive. This particular one is PL Max. PL Max by Loctite. I have no doubt that it will hold these little buggers still. Oh, my scrap metal turned out fantastic. You can see a couple of them there. There's a bunch. I don't know how many there is. I'm not gonna count them. A couple hundred to say the least. I'm gonna start working on paint tomorrow. You'll make sure you check back next week to see how this sucker comes along.
Hello. Oh, hi.
Somebody's happy it's the end of the week.
Y'all, I gotta get back to work on this thing, but I do want to take a minute and say thank you to each and every one of you that follow us along. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up button as well.
That's right, guys. And comment below so that we know who to be grateful for. Guys, there's a whole lot of work involved in gutting a school bus and everything it's going to take to turn this into a gorgeous tiny house. You guys be sure and tune in next week to see all of the progress so far. Peace out. Have a good one.
Bye, y'all.